And I call on Speaker Johnson to rise to the occasion, to do the right thing. Bring this bill to the floor.
What we're talking about is most of the money being spent here in America. I mean, the $60 billion they're talking about, $48.4 billion is going to the Pentagon so they can buy weapons from America. I mean, talking about Patriot batteries that are made in Arizona, artillery shells that are made in 12 states in this country. What happened to America first?
What the Ukraine firsters are really arguing for is an America last policy. They're really arguing for a longer, bigger, more deadly war because it expands the profits of the defense industrial base.
Is that it doesn't just fund Ukraine in 2024. And this is the most important point. It actually funds Ukraine in 25 and 26. Now, what's the problem with that? Say, for example, that we have a new president in 2025. That president would be handcuffed by the promises that we are making in law to Ukraine today.
The new $95 billion package also includes aids to Taiwan and humanitarian relief for Gaza. It does not include anything about the border or immigration policy after Republicans changed their minds about that, being a priority. It's still unclear if this new package actually has enough support to pass in the Senate.
But in the end, 70 United States senators, a significant number, bipartisan bill getting out of the U.S. Senate, $95 billion foreign policy aid package. The biggest chunk of this package going to Ukraine to help President Zelensky in his ongoing fight with Russia, about $60 billion allocated to Ukraine based off of this package.
But the bill, as I mentioned, had so many more billions of dollars, 3 times the amount for Ukraine than what originally was supposed to go for border security.
But it faces opposition from former President Donald Trump and the Republican-controlled House. And there's also some concern among Democrats when it comes to how Israel may be using the aid.
Former insiders are warning Americans about the dangers of a second Trump term.
In 2019, the U.S. House impeached then-President Donald Trump on the theory that they had appropriated money to Ukraine and Donald Trump refused to send it to Ukraine. So if Trump is elected president again and become president on January of 2025, he will conduct diplomacy. And if that diplomacy does not include sending additional billions to Ukraine, there is a theoretical argument, a predicate, if you will, for impeaching Donald Trump because they have tried to tie his hands. And the final point I'll make is that the Washington Post has already said, based on leaks from inside the intel community, the purpose of this legislation is to tie a future President Trump's hands. We're not just sending billions to Ukraine in 2024. We're trying to make it impossible for the next president to conduct diplomacy on his terms. It's anti-democratic, and it will lead to endless war all over the world.